building or the land construction where you are expecting long-term goals, but the capital expects over there. When I talk about long-term goals, then automatically the investment which I'm utilizing for this capital is larger in amount as compared to any other business which I'm going to start, right? So you can see over here the areas which are included, that is public housing, schools, hospitals. It means I need larger workforce, I need larger amount which I'm investing onto these businesses. It also includes physical infrastructures, for example, road and railways. Now, here, if I talk about physical infrastructures, road and railways, then I'm talking about the raw materials which is transported from one place to another. Fixed capital is much more immobile, difficult and costly to move. Obviously, it is difficult because you're having bulky amount of items which you have to move from one place to another, and they're larger in size. This is the reason for geographic inertia. So these all are the reasons that are considered while setting up an industry. You have to look at the location, that which location you're selecting. Let's move towards another slide. Now, when I talk about working capital, then the thing which I have to keep in my mind is it is needed to finance the costly factory system. Obviously, the factory which is expensive, what you're doing, you are financing that system. You're not even financing the system, but actually you are financing all of the employees we are working under that system. To pay wages, purchase stock of material, component parts. Wages means money which you're giving to your employees. Purchase stock of material, it means the stock which is required to run that industry. Component parts is the same meaning. Finished products not yet sold, and money capital, and all those products which are actually over there present, but you are waiting for the right time to sell them into the market. It can be obtained from investment of manufacturers. Manufacturers are actually those people who are investing onto your business. Sale of shares to private investors. When I talk about sale of shares to private investors, it means all of those investors which are actually investing onto your business, and then you're sharing those parts. If I talk about share investors, then definitely if they're investing onto your business, so they're having their shares as well. For example, if your country, if your factory is, you can say that if your factory is achieving any profit, then definitely it will be divided between you and the investor who have invested money onto that project. Loans from banks, insurance companies, and government. You're taking loans from all of these outlets because you have to set up a large industry. It is more mobile. Definitely, mobile means conveniency. It is more mobile because you're having many options that where you can utilize the money and from which access you can have the money. Okay, all right. Now let's move forward. Raw material. Raw material, as you can see that water, air, soil, or localized, you can see iron, ore, coal, wood, tin, and wood. Obviously, it depends on that which kind of industry you're situating, or which kind of industry on which you're investing. And you know what? See, raw materials are, you cannot say that raw materials are always cheap. It depends on which kind of raw material you're using or which quality you're utilizing. So if there will be higher quality of raw material, then automatically the amount is much more as compared to the other raw materials which you're investing. Okay. Now, when I talk about the labor force, it is one of the most important factor because without laborers, a country, actually a factory cannot be run. Okay. When we talk about labor force, as you can see over here, which is given, labor, cost of labor, wage level is very important, that you are it depends on that which kind of industry you're situating. If it is kind of like constructive work, then definitely you have to pay them on daily basis. Skills of labor, they should be highly skilled, because if they're technicians, then definitely they should have a command onto the work which they're doing. And if they don't have the command onto that thing, then definitely the factory cannot run. It will definitely turn into troubles. Semi-skilled and unskilled, it depends on, obviously, acha, the criteria are different, and automatically the money is different. If if I talk about unskilled workers, so the wage which is paid to the unskilled workers is lesser in amount. Semi-skilled workers have more amount as compared to unskilled, and high-skilled workers, they are given more amount as the point of wage, because they're skilled, they're semi-skilled, and the description of the work is divided according to their classes. Now, when I talk about labor mobility, when there is high skilled workers, obviously they're highly mobile. When I talk about semi skilled, they're fairly mobile. When I talk about unskilled, they're least mobile, which I've already explained you when I was explaining you these points. And repetition, obviously, it matters a lot. You have to work with confidence and you have to work with sincerity, because it will develop the reputation of your industry. And once if the reputation is ruined, then it is not easy to maintain the reputation in the future as well. You have to work more hard to maintain that reputation. Moving towards the next slide, deck lining is important. Machinery, robots still very attractive for labor intensive industry. Now, when I talk about robots, then you cannot say that every industry is replaced by robots. No, still labor force is also utilized over there, because labor force is actually cheaper as compared to robots. If, for example, a robot is damaged or a robot is not working properly, then for the maintenance of robot is actually very expensive. So you have to keep all of these points in consideration. Now, this is your assignment which you have to do. You have to watch the video which is given below. You have to click on the link, and then another video will appear. When you will click onto that link, you have to watch the video, and then you have to come back. The video is actually the reference video which will clear your point more. If, for example, you're confusing anywhere, now then you have to answer the following questions in your notebook. There are two questions which are given over here, but you have to answer into your notebook, and then on KP, where I will post my instructions. Under that instruction, you have to post the pictures of your work which you have done. Okay, now there is one more thing which you have to keep in consideration, and that is you have to submit your assignment on point. You have to write down the most important points at the back side of the notebook, or you can just write down the heading of major industries of Pakistan on the starting pages, and then you can write down all of those points which will really help you out. Okay, so, and yes, all of these factors, because many students were definitely having these points into their mind, that miss, if for example, if you'll skip any of the points and if you'll write for around like 3 points in the paper, so is it okay, or is it necessary to mention all of those points? So I will say that, see, every point is very important. So if the question comes in the paper, as you can see, that AKUEB have included many of these questions from this SLO into the past paper. So you have to study all of these points which I have described, and you have to mention each and every point which I have already explained you in detail. So thank you so much, class. I hope that this presentation was informative, and I hope that I was able to clear your concept. If you're having any questions, so definitely you can ask in the comment section below. I will return back with another presentation for all of you. Till then, take care, barakallah, and Allah Hafiz.